Yesterday we started with a basic and a fundamental notion we can receive as far as this journey is concerned. And we are very excited to learn from one of our leaders yesterday. And I believe each one of you derive good point from his presentation. So tonight we're going to start from where we stopped yesterday. By the way, as it was said, concluded yesterday, some of you might have some questions. So we use the opportunity to answer your question before we proceed for day 2. And gradually we have a yearning for this aspect of life, that is safety. As you could notice, safety is not just about only academic, but safety is about the overall of our life, the overall of our activity, right? So once again, you are welcome. So I believe the governor and the deputy governor are around to help us monitoring the class. Let me check quickly if we will grant you some right. Let me grant you right to admit people as well. So I can see the deputy governor. Just a minute. I don't have. No. Please, our host, can you make the governor and the deputy governor co-host as well? It will grant them the access to mute and unmute and send some people back to waiting room. So our host will do that. So Governor, this is not Governor Zorobabel. This is Governor Ezenwa and Deputy Governor. I used to forget the Deputy Governor's name. Solomon, yeah, Solomon. I believe Solomon is hard, fair name. So thank you very much. You can learn to start muting yourself once you just get in the class. So, Mr. Someone, microphone, please. Okay. We also have our trainer that is quite ready. Now, if you do not have question that you want to ask, it will be better that we go immediately to the order of the day, right? So on this note, as we are welcoming people to come in, let us at the same time welcome our trainer. He is quite ready, Mr. Richmond. Mr. Richmond is a field engineer, and he have acquired a lot of experience, over 20 years in the industries, which help him to showcase his expertise in various aspects of the feed industry. Besides, he's a trainer and he has trained a lot of people, both in his home country and elsewhere, also in Africa. He's coming right from Takoradi. Takoradi is in the north or eastern part. I've been Takoradi several times. And sometimes if you want to go to Côte d'Ivoire by road, we do pass there as well. So he's a very talented, as you notice also. But by way, he may ask you some funny questions, so do not feel exasperated, or this is his way of training. We want to make sure that we drive the point home. So on this note, let's welcome him. That is Engineer Richmond. Engineer Richmond, all the class have your attention. Engineer Richmond.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, and you?
It's been a long time.
Yes, of course, we are back to the job. So all the class are under your care now, and we grant you. I hand over the class to you as you are about to start your
Are you
course.
sure?
So you are highly yes. All
Are
of them
you
are
very
focused.
sure?
All of them are
How
focused.
many people are we expecting?
Yeah, yesterday we were up to 45, but we can't keep on waiting for the latecomers. So this is one of the formality of our class. This, as we said from day one, this is the formal class. So we have a 34 people over 45.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Mama, how are you? Queen of FOSHA. Hey, Mama is not here. Engineer.
Yes, I'm here. Yes. I'm sorry. I was just
I miss you.
Thank you. I missed you too, and welcome. Were you here already?
Yeah. I know. Oh, that's fine.
I am happy they are going to experience the Jonas experience. I don't know how to the Jonas adventure tonight, with a lot of knowledge and a lot of ability.
Yeah, that's great. I just arrived from another training session. We had a training session for a company with the subject hazard analysis and risk assessment. So we just completed, and I have to rush back to the office to set up. That's why Mr. Leon was calling me and I wasn't responding because I was putting things together. Yeah, so it's well.
Okay,
we'll continue with today's message. Yeah.
Should I talk a bit more? Because I do want to give, if you need some time, I'll make you some time. You already see that this man is the practical one. He's giving practical courses like fire safety and working at heights and so on. He's really the practical specialist. So, and he knows a lot about the personal protective equipment. But dear delegates, as we call you, because that is what you are in this class, you are not just students. You are more. You have more value than what the term student has actually. I wanted to go back to yesterday because there were no questions, but I do think that it's important to repeat some things like stress the importance of the meaning of hazard and risk, what it actually is. And I was talking about it when Emmanuel lost his connection, but I actually thought this is not whole for people who do not know exactly what it is. So I was talking about food safety, for example, the bacteria and so on. How do hazards and risk relate to one another? If you are in life, you are living, you are always confronted with hazards. Those are actions, those are things, those are activities. Actions and activities. Those are everything we interact with, everything we do is a hazard, can be a hazard. If you are standing in an empty room in a house, then you've got the hazard that the ceiling can fall down if it's not maintained. We're going to speak about this many times again. If you keep standing in the same position, you'll get pain in your body because you're not moving around. The environment will, if you have a cement building somewhere and you don't maintain it, it will be overgrown by nature, for example. So you need to maintain it, and I want to stress this because this is not a habit for a lot of person. It's like, oh, it's a little bit broken, we buy a new one, or we build a new one. Sometimes you have to buy new ones, and you will learn about that too. But actually, if you want to be safe from all hazards, the only thing you need to be is dead. If you're dead, nothing can harm you. So you have no risk on being harmed from things. As long as we are alive, everything around us or our own behavior can be a hazard. Our own thinking even can be a hazard. So hazards are all around us. Then you've got risk, like I forgot your name. I don't know if you were here again, the lady that went out to eat. If she is going to a place that is that you can see everything is washed down with soap and it smells nice and so on, you can assume that behind doors probably they're taking care of their plates also. But if it's not nice where you are sitting when you are eating, and the plates are dirty and the table is sticky and so on, probably you're going to have more risk to get an infection by bacteria or viruses or I don't know, fungus, whatever. So you have to make a risk calculation, a risk analysis. I have this risk that this plate is contaminated because not all bacteria are visible. Example, these things have more bacteria than your toilet seat because you clean your toilet seat. Because everybody knows the toilet can get dirty, but we clean it a lot of times. We don't clean this thing. This has more bacteria, and there are a lot of people that make phone calls on the toilet. So, so this is what risk is. If there is a lion, because I don't know if it's you. Somebody is using a lion all the time. Or anything else. If there is a dog, there are dogs in some places that will leave you alone, that are just walking on the street. But in some places they don't have enough food, they will eat you. They will attack you. Animals around you, that's a bigger risk. So if they have somewhere to feed, they will not attack you. That's risk management. So I just wanted to make that clear from yesterday, because that is an important part. If you grasp that, if you have that understanding, you have already a lot, and you can start making risk analysis. So I don't know, Jonas is sitting calmly behind his desk, so I think he's ready.
Yeah, once you are done, okay. I'm ready to take off.
Okay. I'm filling time. I can talk for hours, eh? If you need hours,
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I just want to enjoy your voice more because it's been a while. About 3-4 months, I've not heard from you.
I'll sing you and the kids song later.
Yeah. Okay, all the best. So, welcome, class. I want to welcome those who have registered for the master class, and also those who are on the scholarship scheme. Prince, who have joined this class. Answer, why? It's good you are here. I would say that you've made a good choice. You've made a good choice, especially with our undergraduate students who have taken their time to join this scholarship scheme. It's a very good opportunity, because once you are done with school, you'll be paying a huge sum of money before you can get this knowledge we are giving to you for free now. It's just a registration token that the association have taken just to see your how do you call it, to show your what is this word, to show that you are committed to what you are registering for. So it is not any money to pay as a tuition or as a membership fee, but it's just to show your commitment that you are ready to learn the safety and you are ready to practice the safety as you learn. Now, going forward, yesterday, my brother took you through the book 1, which is the foundation of health and safety. Today, I'm going to build upon the health and safety class by taking you through what we call hazard and risk assessment. So, I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, thank you. So today we are doing hazard and risk assessment, which is our course book 102 or course book 2. And I know some students at a point they will be asking for books because maybe you registered for officer or our candidates who have registered for the scholarship, they will be asking for extra books. The point here is we have different category of certificates on board this class, but because we are too good and too generous, we have put everybody in class today to give you the same knowledge. But at the end of the class, when you are undertaking your exams, you take your exams according to your certificate. So other people will be taking higher certificates, other people will be taking medium certificate, other people will be taking less certificate. But in class, we are all doing the same thing. So I wouldn't expect anybody to send a message that I want the book. For the slide, we'll send a slide to you at the end of the course via your email address. But for the books, you will not have it because you have already gotten the books you need. So you don't need any extra books. And for the purpose of your exams, you need to study your books more. Do not rely on the lectures we are giving you. The lectures is just an additional knowledge that we are adding up to the books that we have given you. So the books is what you are going to use to write your exams. I just want to set it clear before we start asking questions on that. So we have 2 basic units as far as course 102 or course 2 is concerned. And the first one is how can we eliminate hazard and reduce risk? My brother spoke a lot about hazard and risk, and Ma'am Els have also added some just now. Based on that, like, I wouldn't have spent another time talking about hazard and risk. But for the purpose of clarity and for the purpose of adding up or making it very clear, or better still, putting more ingredients into whatever my 2 colleagues have already said, we'll look at it this way, that what is hazard? By law, all workplaces must take steps to prevent and control accidents, incidents, personal injuries, and ill health at work. It is a law, and nobody can run away from any law. Now, the second aspect says that this must be done firstly by assessing the hazards and the risk involved. Now, breaking it down, the question goes this way. Wherever you are, if you are in your room, if you are in your sitting room or bedroom, even if you are in the kitchen listening to me, if you are on the street, if you are in class, if you are sitting under a tree, wherever you are, even if you are driving or you are in a car, wherever you are listening to me now, there is hazard around you. So when we talk about hazard, then what are we talking about? We are looking at anything that has the potential to harm you. When I talk of harming you, then harming you in any way. In any way. Breaking it down again. If you are sitting in your bedroom, the bed that you are sitting on has the potential to break down. And that bed having the potential to break down is going to hurt you. You are going to feel pain at your waist, at your back, at your spine. Sometimes as it breaks down, it can hurt your leg or it can hurt your feet. You can fall on the bed and you can hit your head on the floor. If you are sitting in your hall, now the chair you are sitting on, one leg can break and it can cause you to fall with your head. And falling with your head, the consequences can be high, it can be medium, and it can be low. For that one, I wouldn't show you a chart and I wouldn't explain more further, because when it gets to the queen, she's going to show you a chart and it's going to explain further there. I'll just give you a highlight. So, when you get injured, the extent of the injury determines the risk level, whether it is high, whether it is medium, or it is low. If it is low, then we can say that after the fall, there was no scratch, there was no bleeding, it was only pain. And that pain shouldn't take you 24 hours. After 24 hours and you are still feeling the pain, then that pain is not low, it is medium. When we talk about low after a fall, then it is just a scratch on the body, which will not take 24 hours to be healed. Anything above 24 hours, then it is not low, but rather it is medium. When we talk about high risk, then we are looking at a situation whereby when you fell down, you had an internal bleeding, or when you fell down, there was a puncture on the body and you had a serious bleeding. Or when you fell down, when you fell down, when you fell down, you could not help it, but you died at the fall, which in safety we term it as a fatal case. In that case, it is a high risk. So when we talk about hazard, then anything around us, even in the bathroom, there are hazards there. Some of us have fixed how do we call it, smooth tiles in our bathrooms. It has the potential to cause a slip where we fall. When we are falling, the place we will use to hit the ground will determine the level of the risk that will be involved in our falling. Some of us are using even a rough tiles in our bathroom. But at the moment we use soap, in addition with the water, it becomes slippery. So we have the potential to fall in our bed, in our bathroom. So wherever we are, there is that potential of injury, which is called hazard. Some of us are using water heaters. And studies have shown that when you are using a water heater, you need to heat the water first and off the heater before you start bathing. Some of us will be bathing whilst the heater is on. In that sense, if there is any electrical problem with the heater, then you stand a chance of being electrocuted because of the flow of water, which also serves as a means of transport for the electrical current. And do you know that even if you are switching on your plug, either a light or a switch plug, you don't have to use your left hand. You have to use your right hand. The reason being, your heart is at the left side. So when you try to switch or use any electrical gadget with your left and you get electrocuted, you stand the chance of dying without saying Ajay. So when you use your right hand, at least you'll be electrocuted, but you still have the chance, a second chance to live. So this explains what hazard is. When you give me the whole day, I can set samples of hazards to you, depending on your location. So when we talk about elimination, then we'll say that when it comes to the aspect of hazard, there's no way you can eliminate hazard. School of thought says that, okay, then let's stop doing it. Okay, now, I'm supposed to climb a building and work on top of a building. I want to eliminate the aspect of going to work at that building. So I said, okay, I'll not do that work at all. Fine, even if I stay low, below the building. Excuse me. Even at below the building, there are still hazards there, which has not been eliminated. So the question here is, we have to put control measures in place. And before you put control measures in place, you need to assess sorry. You need to assess the level of the risk that will arise out of the hazards around you. So in assessing the risk brings us to this picture. This picture can be found at the front cover of our manual, book 102. Now, I will say that this man in the white coverall is a supervisor of an organization. And the other one who is wearing the overall, the blue overall, is a staff or a junior staff. And this junior staff is using a crane to lift I can see a paper file in his hand. And I can deduce from this that this guy is trying to do an assessment before lifting. So what is the supervisor doing there? The supervisor is asking a question. Per the best of my knowledge, what question is he asking? As we can see from this picture, try to see my mouse, where my mouse is. You can see a hook. And there is a lash here or a gate that covers the mouth of the hook. And we can all see that this hook is open halfway. In the normal sense, this hook must be fully closed. So once this hook is open, it is not good for this hook to be used. This hook must be quarantined, or the lash must be repaired so that the hook can be operable. So this supervisor is asking questions. Why are you working with this unlashed hook? Let's look at this second picture. For this one, I'm not going to talk. I would like you to assess this picture for me. What do you see in this picture? What is good about this picture and what is not good about this picture? If you are ready, lift up your hands and I'll call you. Or I'll call randomly. Okay. Engr Fabrice or Fabric. Is it Mr. or Miss? Unmute yourself and talk. Engr Fabric.
Mr. Fabrice, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, good evening to everyone for my time.
Good evening.
My name is Engr Fabrice, that's it, from Cameroon.
Okay.
Okay, from the picture that is showing on the screen, I can see that firstly, they had the knowledge of using a ladder, which is to help that man reach the height. That is good. But the problem is the ladder is not well placed and it can lead to a fall.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that is what you see.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think should have been done?
Firstly, for me, they should look for a flat platform that will be able to support that ladder well. And the position of the ladder is not well placed, so it's still stressing that man, even though he never wanted to be stressed.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Engr. Let's come to Mr. Chimdi. I don't know whether it's Miss or Mr. Chimdi.
Hi, good evening, sir. It's Miss.
It's Miss. Okay, good.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I will assess the other picture since Fabrice addressed one. I'll address the other one.
Okay.
The two visible gentlemen they are putting on their protective equipment by wearing their helmet, but then there's a problem. That crow that looks like it's lifting something, it's a very big hazard. So it could injure either of them or all of them at the same time. And the fact that it's facing them directly, like their faces, it poses as a very big threat. Then over to the other picture that has the ladder. everybody there could be affected, both the man on the ladder and the person that's helping him support the ladder. So I feel like what could have been done was to use that ladder that like can rest on the wall. I know there's a type of ladder that they use in library, that type that they use in libraries with all books stands and stuff. They should have used that type
ladder.
Step
we
ladder.
Call it step ladder.
Okay, yes. They should have used the step ladder, not this one, because the man that's walking on the ladder could fall, and him falling will also badly affect the man that's helping him support the ladder. It might even affect the man supporting the ladder more than it will affect the one that's walking with the ladder.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Chimidi. You've done well. Okay, let's come to I think Mr. Olumidi. Is it Miss or Mr. Olumidi?
Mr. Good evening.
Thank you. Let's go.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In addition to what they have said, the leg of the ladder used is not balanced. If you look at the one that is placed on the wall, so it's not balanced. So it means that the leg of the ladder is not, it is at the same footing. One is on the tread. One is on the right side of the steps, while the other one seems to be, one leg is at the right side, while the other one is at the architrave. The ties around the wall. Then another thing is that the ladder is not this type of extension ladder that can be folded is not suitable for the job. To have been a kind of a ladder that has a place to sit on, that the person can sit on and be able to walk closely. From there, the man stretch his arm too much, which will cause some economical problem, because he's trying to fit himself to the job. So this ladder is in a short word, it's not appropriate. Another thing is that from the picture, it seems that the two of them do not have their eye goggle on, and because they are working at height as well, they don't have a helmet. So if the ladder should even fall down, it can affect the man that is holding it. So these are the things I want to say.
Very good. So thank you for that. I'm coming to call Mr. Oh, he's gone. I saw a name. Is it Tafli or something? Oh, the person has put their hands down. Okay, Mr. Joseph, unmute yourself, but I'm giving you a specific task. Okay. You see, there's a third person wearing white. We are not observing that person.
Okay,
Tell us something about that person.
Yes, that was what I wanted to mention, because everybody have literally spoken about virtually almost everything they've seen. So it's this other person that is wearing white. It's indicating that there is a culture in this organization where nobody is safety aware. So if it is a problem, it means that this person does not know that any legal impact or dispute or anything that goes wrong suit will also affect him or his job. So it's just an indication that this organization probably do not have a safety standard. Their culture is not they don't factor safety into their culture. They probably overlook some safety concerns, which is why most of the problems that we usually faced here in Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. That's a good one. So this brings us to the study that regarding the white, the man wearing white, when you see your brother or your sister doing something that is wrong, you have to speak up. So we have a term that goes this way, that when you see something, say something. When you see something, say something. So depending on whatever we have said with this picture, in our risk assessment, look at the suitable way of doing the job that will not cause harm to you, that will not cause harm to the others, and that will not cause harm to the environment. These three things are key. Harm to yourself, harm to your partner or anybody around, and harm to the environment. Once you do that, you'll be able to come up with a very good means of taking the job and making it safe at the end of your work. This picture was taken by myself as I was driving past a place where excavator was demolishing a building. The operator was working. This man was standing in the middle, and I could presume he's not even wearing safety boots because there's no hard hat, there's no reflective vest, and there's another man standing at the back also watching without helmet, without reflective vest, and for all you know, he's even wearing slippers. So at the end of the day, what do you think will happen? We have what we call developing. So the risk is developing out of the act. The environment is an unsafe condition. Unsafe condition. These two people standing there without the appropriate PPE are unsafe act. They are unsafe act. As this operator is breaking the brakes, any flying particle can just hit them, and they can even breathe to death. Because when they start breathing and they do not get help immediate to take them to the nearest hospital, or they do not get any first aider within the area who can stop the breathing at the shortest possible time, such a person can breathe to death. So you assess the work. Why should I be in this environment without protective gadgets? Even in the first place, is it necessary for me to be there? Can't I take a phone and call the operator that, operator, stop the work, I want to see you, so that the operator will shut down the machine, get down from the machine, come to wherever you are at a safer place for you to talk. Then after, the operator will go back to the machine and continue working, instead of you going closer to the operator to talk to the operator whilst working in an environment like this and you are not protected. Now analyze this situation too. So let me see, I need new members. Mr. Vincent. I know Vincent is a male name, or we have females called Vincent.
Yes, sir.
Please, what can you say about this picture?
These people here, they are not, both of them, they are not safety conscious at all. because this man, the weight of the other man is the weight is going to this man's neck. So if any mistake happen to him, he have to shake his leg. That means the man's neck will shake, and anything that has to do with neck has to do with your life. So they are not safety conscious at all.
Okay, thank you. I will call on this name. I know it will be a Miss Ovi, Anna Ovia.
Okay, sir. Good day, sir.
Hey, it's Mr. Wow.
Yes, sir, ma'am. I'm Ovi, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, from Nigeria.
Okay, let's go.
It's an unsafe act and in an unsafe condition. The two laborers, they are performing an unsafe act using the wrong equipment, no ladder, no scaffold to after later, then using the human error on the other part, stepping on the head of his colleague is wrong. If his colleague move from his position, he will fall from that height. So it's an unsafe act. Then the environment itself, unsafe environment, wrong ladder, then him as no proper PPE, so everything is off, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ovi. How do you pronounce the name?
Ovie, sir.
Ovie, okay. From Cameroon?
No, sir, from Nigeria.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Good to know. Okay, Mr. Naftali, you are on board. Let him give you the chance. The first one, you wanted to speak. Unmute yourself and speak about this picture for us.
Okay.
What do you have to say about this picture by your risk assessment?
First, the environment is not safe because there are lots of blocks and other stuff littered on the ground. So in the event of a fall, there's risk of serious injury. Then let's look at the equipment that they are using. There's no PPE, there's no goggles. The workers are not using goggles or helmets. So the cement they are using can splash into their eyes. Then there's the issue of the worker standing on his colleague's head. It's a very unstable working environment. So there's a risk of them falling.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You fall down well. So, in analyzing this picture, you could see that they have a platform here, and this guy have worked on the platform from this area up to this side. Instead of the guy to get down, lift the platform to the other end and go on it and start working again. This is the method they are using. That is why we say that shortcut is always dangerous when it comes to safety. There's no way you have to depend on shortcuts because they are dangerous. The end result of shortcut is for you to get injured or injured somebody or injured the environment. Now, even the board they are using is not even correct. Below the block, you can see that they are using only one board. They could have doubled the board to make it more stronger. I can see a brace on the leg here, which makes the leg more firmer. Now the board on top is also one, which makes it more lighter. In that case, they could have doubled or tripled the board to make it more stronger. Because you can see that this guy standing here is a tough guy. He has a weight. And I'm sure by now he'll be weighing about 85 or 90 kg. So as he stands in the middle of this board, the board has the potential to break even. But when he doubled or tripled this board, the board will be strong enough to carry the weight without breaking. Better still, without using this board, they could have gone for scaffold, maybe one room of scaffold, and they could have used to do this work easily. This nature of work does not call for a ladder. It does not call for a ladder. Fine, you can use a step ladder. Apart from step ladder, there's no ladder that you can use to do this kind of work. The best equipment to use is scaffold. Are we clear? So now we are coming to look at management system, because when you talk about safety and we talk about control measures as far as our workplace is concerned, then the first people we should look at is management. So in management system, we need to have what we call policy. And a policy is a written health and safety document, and it's a one-page document that summarizes everything that the organization talks about as far as health and safety is concerned. They put it in a bulletin form in one-page sheet. The next one is organizing. We have hierarchy of controls, or better still, let me put it in this form. We have organizational chart from maybe the MD, we come to the general manager, then we come to the departmental heads, managers, we come to supervisors, and we come down to the security. So in this case, we need to know who is who and who does what. So an organizational structure for health and safety. How many safety officers do you have in the organization? What are their scope of work? We talk about planning and implementation. After getting your policy, after getting your procedures in place, now you have to put it into action. Putting it into action is by training the staff, letting them know what is in the policy, letting them know what is in the procedures. So you plan how you are going to train them. The training we had today is only 2 topics merged together as hazard identification. That is one topic, and risk assessment, that is another topic. But it's a linked topic, so we merge it together. The company we trained has a lot of staff, over 100. But they decided to train only 20 staff as trainer of trainers. Based on the capacity of their training room, these 20 staffs were divided into 2. We had one yesterday, and on the same topic, we had a second batch today. So that is what we call planning. As I'm talking to you, the company has come out with about 10 topics that they want us to train their staff on. And looking at the topics, we have merged some of the topics, and finally we have gotten 4 main topics. Out of these 4 main topics, together we have scheduled different dates for different topics. So that is what we are talking about, planning. You need to plan your schedule, what you'll be doing daily, every hour, every minute, every second. What are you going to do? You need to plan. Every day, every week, every month, every year, you need to plan. Planning is a key. And there's a saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And after your planning, you need to implement everything that you have planned. You need to put into action. And after putting them into action, you need to measure the performance of the planning. So at the end of the class of yesterday, we gave them a sheet to fill, which is an assessment form that they should assess the trainer per the knowledge that they have received. So they did. Today too, we repeated the same thing and they did. So we do assessment to see how well or how good the trainer is. So you measure the performance. Then you monitor. So whatever we've done or whatever training we've given the organization yesterday and today, now it's up to management and the safety manager over there to monitor the performance of the staff to see whether they are putting whatever they learned into action. That is implementation. Then you have to audit and review, checking who were part of the training. So we have attendance list for the training. Okay, you were part of the training. Why is it that you are not doing this and this and that? So you audit. When issue come up and the issue concerns hazard identification and risk assessment, you can revise the attendance list, review it and see, was that person part of the training or not? If that person is part of the training, then what went wrong? Why is it that the person has defaulted? So we need to come back and see what went wrong. So next year, if we are organizing a training, then if it is the same hazard identification and risk assessment, then we may need to put some ingredients in it that can take care of that issue that cropped up during that time, so that we can uproot whatever tree it is, so that it doesn't surface another time. So auditing and reviewing is a key. All documents, the policy, the procedures, the organograms, all these things needs to be reviewed at the end of the week, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, and at the end of the year. We have what we call internal audit and we have external audit. If you are a safety manager or you are a supervisor in an organization, you can undertake this audit daily, you can undertake it weekly, you can do it monthly, and you can do it quarterly, and you can do it half a year, and annually you call external auditor to come in to check for you that whatever you have done is good or bad. I would like to use this opportunity to say sorry to our brother. The name is Bright. He has entered the room about 100 times. His network is not favoring him. Just within a minute, I've admitted him about 5 times. Mr. Bright, please, sorry for that. And I pray that your network work for you this time round. We are looking at management procedure principles. All management must be committed to safety. They must practice what they preach. They must practice what they say. And they must practice what they have put on the paper as document. That is the policy and the procedures for the workers to go through. And workers must also partner with management to make sure that health and safety in organization works strongly and very well, as if they have attached super glue to them. Management and employees should make sure that the structures put in place are followed without jumping or cutting corners in any area. Putting all this together, we must integrate the knowledge that we have academically, home sense, on the job training, the safety trainings we've had. Putting all these things together, we need to integrate them and make sure that they work. Based on that, after the training yesterday and today, I told the class that whatever we have taught them, it should not stay at the workplace alone. They should take it home. When they are in the house, they should do risk assessment in the house. Every minute, every second, every hour, they should be doing risk assessment in the house to make sure that everything is okay in the house. When they are in the church, when they are in the mosque, wherever they find themselves, they have to be doing risk assessment. Risk assessment is a continuous process. It's like breathing. You cannot stop breathing. You cannot stop the flow of air. So risk assessment must always be continuous. And finally, they should bring it to work. In the workplace, they should do it more, because they spend more time in the workplace than outside the workplace. Now, let's look at this video. After you tell me what you have learned from this video. Okay, what did you learn from this video? Let me mention names. Mr. Amos. The name Amos is very easy for me to mention. Mr. Amos, what did you learn from that video? Okay. Mr. Amos.
Sorry, sir, I didn't really capture this video, sir.
Okay, let me play it again for the sake of the others.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Amos.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay, what I noticed about the video, I can see some vehicles on the express road, and I saw some turkeys trying to cross the road. The problems that may likely take place there will be an accident, because the first vehicle that is in front could possibly apply a brake, a sudden brake, because I think like 2 turkeys have already crossed, but there was one that was still struggling. So there's a possibility for that person to, instead of hitting the turkey, may likely apply a brake, and the other vehicles that followed him definitely will have a collision. So there's a possibility that those 4 vehicles will have an accident, one hitting the other because the first one possibly applied a brake. The second thing will be either the person will just crush the turkey, which definitely the turkey will be dead. And when it comes to the environment, I will now wonder, who is the owner of the turkey? Why was the turkey left roaming on the express road?
Oh, okay. Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So now we'll call on President Clinton. We have President Clinton online. Mr. President Clinton.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
So I hope he's my uncle.
Yes, you are. Oh, you don't want to be a president?
Hey, I want to be a president. I thought
president.
I'm not easily noticed like that. So from the video, from the picture, what I observed there is the leadership role of the alpha turkey. Will I say the male? I don't know if he's a male or female, but he was being safety conscious to allow the. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello? Yeah.
We can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, he was being safety conscious to allow the subordinate ones to cross the road first, then making sure that everyone is safe before following them at the back. And also, looking at the people on the vehicle, they were also observing everything and also being safety conscious not to crush the turkeys on the road, and also waiting for them to access the road first before moving along. I think that's what I observed. So in everything, leadership role is very important, and for safety to be applied. Thank you.
Thank you, President Clinton. You've done it all. And if I don't give the ladies opportunity, then I'm being biased. So I'll call on Madam Stella. Another simple name for me to mention. Madam Stella, if I call you, please hurry up and unmute yourself because we are
Hello.
dealing with.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, from the video, all I can say is that the first turkey that was playing the role of a leader was actually doing, I don't know, it was actually doing the right thing, because the presence of that turkey there actually called for some sort of orderliness. The vehicles just had to stop for all of them to move past, because if that bigger turkey there didn't play that leadership role, it's possible that all of them would just be crossing the road in a very random manner, and the vehicles might not actually see them, and there might be some sort of loss of lives for the turkeys, actually, because one of them or two of them might just get crushed. So that's my analysis. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you've all done well. At the end of the day, even if a turkey has been able to analyze a hazard that can affect its brothers or siblings or children, and has taken that leadership role to ensure that cars are stopped for them to cross the road safely before allowing the cars to pass, then what about we, the human beings, whom God says He has created us in His own image and has given us His brain, that we can think 110 times better than animals? So if animals can do it, then we should be able to do it 10 times better. This is the case where we try to cross the road. There are zebra crossings, but we don't use the zebra crossings. We use the road anyhow, anywhere we want. There are footbridges that we have to use to cross the road. We will not use the footbridge. We will run onto the road. Then, like a monkey, in the middle lane, sometimes they put brakes and wire mesh and other things. We try to find our way through, force our way. So we ask ourselves, are we thinking very well? And as leaders, what are our role? Like I said earlier on, leadership by example. Leadership by example. So if a turkey is showing us what we need to do, then we have to take caution. Now let's look at this one.
To give you one simple example, you see, this mobile phone is one of the biggest fitna of our time. It is such a big gift of Allah, but it is such a big test from Allah as well. If you take your mobile phone away, trust me, you will create at least 4 to 5 hours of free time a day, to be honest with you. So this might seem silly. Everyone's looking at me as though I said something wrong. But the reality is we are guilty.
Let me show it again.
To give you one simple example, you see, this mobile phone is one of the biggest fitna of our time. It is such a big gift of Allah, but it is such a big test from Allah as well. If you take your mobile phone away, trust me, you will create at least 4 to 5 hours of free time a day, to be honest with you. So this might seem silly. Everyone's looking at me as though I said something wrong. But the reality is we are guilty.
Who is a victim of this? I want to see your hands up. Don't hide it, because I know about half of this class are victim of this. Even if not half, then I'll say 80% of this class are victim of this. So do you assess the risk? Look at what these people were going through. Let me tell you, you are not far away from this. You are just a step closer to this. Just a step closer. Tomorrow, it will be your turn. You may be knocked down by a car. You may fall in a trench. You may fall in a gutter or anything like you saw in a video. So you ask yourself, when you are walking by the street, are your eyes made to watch where you are going? Or your eyes are to watch the phones while you are walking? You ask yourself, what are the risks?
To give you one simple example.
So this brings us to the hierarchy of control. Hierarchy of control. So all these hazards that we have spoken about, we have seen some of the risk, and now we know that we have what we call high risk, medium risk, and low risk. When we look at the second video, at least we've seen that people have hurt. The first video, the lady whose phone fell down and disconnected into pieces. It can be that the screen of the phone has broken. Somebody is talking with me. I don't have a secretary unless I call you. So please, mute yourself.
I've muted them.
So this lady's phone screen can break off, and that will call for buying a new phone or a new screen, which will cost dollars of, cash. And we look at those who hit their head with the pillars, the metal, the glass. All these people will feel pain. They will feel pain. This guy who was walking and fell in that trench of water, what do you think will happen? He will come out with the body wet, and probably the phone will be filled with water, and that will be the end of that phone. So why don't you put it in your pocket or in your bag? Get to a safer place, the school, the home, the workplace, before you attend to it. I've already said that there's no way we can do away with elimination. Nothing can be eliminated on this earth. Even if you are dead on this earth, you have been eliminated on this earth, but you still have another hazard by being in that grave. That heat, that sand is another hazard, second hazard. So there's no way, I repeat, there is no way we can eliminate, but all that we can do is to put other measures in place, substitution. So instead of walking by the roadside and watching your phone, put the phone in your pocket. Watch the road where you are going. Get to your destination, be stable, and watch. Take the phone and start to do whatever you want to do. That is substitution. You have substituted watching the phone on the street by getting home or getting to the office before watching the phone. by engineering control. Using engineering control on phone. Then you can put it on silence. Better still, you can switch it off if you cannot control yourself. Just switch it off. When you get to your destination, then you can on it, then attend to whatever you have to attend to. Administrative control. If you think you are so glued to phones that you cannot do away with screens, then please don't buy screen. Don't buy phone. You can be using your sibling's phone as spare. In that case, it is not yours. Administrative control. Better still, if you cannot do anything with it and you want to use PPE, then please, when you are by the roadside and you get a call, just move away from the road to a safer side, receive the call, or do your testing. Once you are done, you can come back to the road and continue to use the road as PPE method. So, as I'm using the phone to illustrate the hierarchy of control, then that is what I'll say. When we come to the aspect of work environment, once again, there's no way you can eliminate the hazards around you. So the second best option is to substitute. Substituting with appropriate means of doing things. So instead of using a ladder, this time around you not use a ladder, but you use a scaffold. If a scaffold will cause a problem, maybe looking at the height that you want to go, then instead of using a scaffold, you have to rather use a cherry picker. A cherry picker can go as high as possible to get you to wherever you want to go, for you to do your work safely. Better still, if there's no cherry picker, there's no scaffold, then you have to use an engineering method. Engineering method by building or going to buy a man basket. Once you get yourself a man basket, you can use a forklift to lift yourself up high to the level where you want to go and work, and you can undertake the work safely. Using administrative control. Then, instead of being at that height for a number of hours, you have to stay there for maybe 30 minutes, come down for 10 minutes and relax yourself, then go back again for the next 30 minutes, come down again for 10 minutes. So you use administrative control to control the aspects of you being at that height for a very long time, which can cause other unwanted hazards for you. Then, all things being equal, the last and the least is to put on PPE to protect yourself. So once you have done all these controls and you are at the height there, you need to put on your body harness, secure it at the anchor point to make you safe at the top there. so that when these mechanisms fail, you will not arrive on the bare floor, but you'll be rescued at the top there till the rescue team comes and salvage you from the body harness. Now we are looking at the most important part and aspect of our training. That is training and information. Training and information is a high key for every human being. No matter who you are, you need training and you need information. That is why we read a lot. That is why we listen to news. That is why we listen or we watch social media like TikTok, Facebook, and the others. Sometimes we get trainings from there. Sometimes we get information from there. And these things helps us very, very much. And as youthful as we are, I will encourage and emphasize that we have two types of training and we have two types of information. We have positive and negative. Always embrace the positive one and do away with the negative ones, because they will not help you, they will not take you anywhere, and they will not make any good impact on you. Always strive for the positive impact of training and information. That will make your life worth it on this earth. This is an organization that installs internet systems for companies. And OSHA Association Ghana was contracted to train their staff on worker tight. We did the classroom work. After the classroom work, we went on the field and we did the on-job training. On-the-job training. I am the person on the height there. I did the first climbing with my body harness. You can see the ladder at the side. I did not use the ladder. I went on top like what we normally see as a monkey way of climbing. Monkey climb. By using the body harness to show them how effective the body harness is. And once I was done, I allowed them also to do same. Emulate whatever I have taught them. This is another training for machine operators. We did the classroom work. Then we came on the field and we did the field work as well. Some of my pictures are corrupting. So the classroom work and the field work as well. So we give you the training, then we come to the field and we add the information aspect to it. So working together and worker involvement. The value of involving employees in redesigning systems of work to make them safer cannot be understated. After all, they know the job best. They can advise on improvements and will probably benefit most from the system designed to protect them. So these trainings that I showed you on the slide It's not that these people are new. It's a job that they've been doing for years. They have had opportunity of other organizations training them. But I will not boast. I will not boast. I say it again. After our training, they came out and they said that, wow, they have received series of trainings over years, but with our training, they have seen difference. They have seen difference. So workers must be involved in the things of safety. Let them feel as part of the safety body. When you are bringing any new ideas, ask of their opinion. Let them bring their opinion. Share your opinion with them. Blend everything together and come out with one opinion which will suit everybody in the organization. In that case, they will embrace it and work with it without any worries. Now, all these things that we are learning, I started by saying that by law, health and safety is not just a word of mouth, but every structure, every department, every layer of safety has a law that backs it. So those who are having this particular book, at the end of your book, you will see that various topics have been highlighted there, and they have indicated the laws where you can find those laws. So for instance, let's talk about work at height once again. If you want to see the law of work at height, just take your device and hit on www.workatheight.com or www.workatheight.regulation.com. You will see the laws that governs work at height. From A to Z, everything will appear for you to study. If you want to know more about food safety, just take your device and go to www.foodsafety/regulation.com. All the laws concerning food safety will just appear to you. So every department or every subject has a law backing it. But you know what? The most important one is that everybody have a duty of care. And the duty of care starts with you, meaning that safety starts with you. Look, as we are here in class now, let's assume we are having a physical class, okay? And as I'm speaking, you saw me going down, gradually falling. What will you do? You will try to attend to me and see what is wrong with me. Now the question is, you came to class, but you are not feeling well. So you yourself, you have issues to take care of. Now you see me falling. Do you have that strength to come and carry me or to come and take care of me? Do you have that strength? It's a question that goes to Mr. Obrizi or Obama. Is it Mr. or Mrs.? Hello, Obrizi Obama. Please unmute yourself for me. Maybe I may not be pronouncing the name well, but you have to know it is you. Chuku Wameka. It's
Good
Madam.
Sorry, sir, please can you recap the question?
I said, let's assume as we are in class now, it's a physical class, okay?
Okay.
And as you came to class, you yourself, you are not well. You are not feeling fine, okay? And as I was giving lectures, I started going down. Will you be in the position to come in front to assist me?
Well, since I'm not feeling too well, I won't have that energy for me to come to the front to assist you because I'm down.
Very good. So that is what safety is about. So duty of care says that take good care of your personal safety. Make sure you are always strong. Make sure you are always safe. Make sure you are always healthy. Take good care of yourself. After taking good care of yourself, that is where you can attend to others who are weak and make sure they also receive a certain care. Hope you are with me. Madam Obrizi, I'm with her. Come again. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Okay. Thank you. So,
You're welcome,
duty
sir.
of care, that is what it says. Take good care of yourself. Take good care of yourself. After taking good care of yourself, you have the energy, the strength to take care of others. That was why I was asking that the picture, the second picture, the man in white, what was he doing? He saw that the people were doing a bad thing, unsafe act, but he refused to speak up. He refused to help them. He refused to correct them. So as he moved away, and in the next second, he hears brine, and he comes back and see somebody bleeding on the floor. What will he say? Had I known, is always at last. And this brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. Question time. Over to you, my brother Leon.
Thank you very much, engineer, for this powerful class session. Indeed, you have shown them by practice what is required, what is meant, or what they need to learn. We really appreciate. By the way, each time you have class, it's always practical. This is a result of many years of experience, and I really appreciate the fact that you stress the impact of your training on company. Thank you very much. I have eyewitnessed many of them, so we really appreciate you having you on this topic. So class, I know without doubt you too, you enjoy his slow explanation with illustration example. Nevertheless, if you have some question, the floor is open to you. We still have 19 more minutes to go. So please do not shy away. You can type your question, or you can raise up your hand. You will mute yourself and ask. Okay. Thank you very much, Engineer Richmond. We really appreciate. So, class, back to you. Ask your question.
Thank you. But
You are
let me
welcome.
make this submission. I would like the class to on their videos because we would like to see their faces.
Okay.
Unless there's a cross, you are at a place where you cannot on your video. But that one is accepted. But if you can on your video, please do that, because we normally take screenshots of the class. So when we see the videos, it makes it more attractive and more authentic, professional than only names. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer, for this reminder. We can see that many people are focused. It's not yet dinner time. Well done. So, class, you have opportunity. Okay, we have Joseph Hilary. Joseph Hilary, kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, hello everyone.
Yeah.
Good evening. I am Joseph Hilary, engineer from Nigeria. Right, so I have a quick question. During this session, during the management system, the first thing that was on the timeline there is policy, right? A written health and safety policy. I've worked in several organizations, and it appears to me, I don't know if it is just me who have noticed that, right? It appears to me that only the multinationals, right, do have this kind of health and safety policies. Looking at the startups that have been opportune to engage with, they don't really have this kind of policy. You know, they seem to be unaware of what health and safety is all about, right? They probably it's I don't know if it is deliberate, where the leadership of this startup are kind of oblivious about health and safety. So if peradventure we find ourselves in that kind of situation, what do you advise? How do we bring up this sort of conversation, knowing fully well that this kind of process change of process management is usually led or headed by probably the leadership or the management team? For us as the bottom line, how do you think we can go about it to make this difference, to influence how they feel, to draw their attention to the health and safety, starting from the policies? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Yes, the issue is, it's not that they don't know, they know, but the case here is that most of these organization leaders are more into financial gain, profitability, what they will get, not what they will spend. And normally we do say that safety is expensive. Now there's a saying that if you think safety is expensive, then try accident. If you get injured and the government fines you or puts a very strong fine on you and tells you to take care, in Ghana, there is a company that a worker died in the course of work, and that company was asked to take care of the family of that person till they all vanish on this earth. So imagine if that person is having 4 children. The company now have to take care of the children, their school. Even as they are done with school, either the company employs them and pays them, or they will be employed elsewhere, but still the company will be paying them till they die. So the company will have to take the responsibility of that father or that mother who is dead. You understand? So that is how it is. Now the question is, how can we solve such problem? You can coolly speak to one of the managers, especially the top manager, in a friendly manner that, oh, maybe one or two things are not going on well. You've seen the staff doing certain things that can tarnish the image of the organization. Now, if the image of the organization will be tarnished, then it means that company is going to lose his customers. Apart from that, regulators are going to be on their neck to make sure that tomorrow they do the right thing. So to avoid all these inconveniences, you humbly advise that they should proceed by doing A, B, C, D. Then you give, a suggestion. Once you give a suggestion, now you leave it and they will try the waters and see how it goes. I can also say that some of them don't know. Some of them don't know because he or she has gotten his money and he thinks he wants to help the country. So he goes on to register a company, employ people, and start running a company. So such a person doesn't know the in and out of running a company. For all you know, he has only done the company registration. That is the registration name. And he doesn't even know that he has to register with Factories Inspectorate. He doesn't even know that he has to register with Environmental Protection Agency. He doesn't even know that he has to register with Food and Drugs Board. He doesn't even know that he has to register with Standard Authority. You understand? So once you advise the person, that person will take the step to go further and do the necessary registrations. Now, we have safety bodies like myself. I've worked with organizations for about 25 years. I stopped and I started working for myself as a self-employed 5 years ago. So now I'm working as a safety consultant for different organizations. I do trainings for different organizations. I do safety documents like policies and procedures for different organizations. I do other documents for different organizations. I visit the sites. I do safety inspections. I give recommendations. Sometimes I do the implementations by myself because I have an office where I sell the equipment. So I do the implementations by myself once they pay the money. You get it? So you can advise the manager, if you know somebody like that, oh, if you get in contact with such a person, he can help us to build our safety standard so that it will be appreciable and we can avoid funds in the near future. Before we close this session, I will just open my email address and you see companies that has been fined and you see the amount that has been quoted there. So thank you. If maybe Mr. Leon has any addition.
Thank you very much. From the expert point of view, you have addressed the subject, and I'm really happy that to see that a delegate have been seeing their role in helping change things. Your explanation was clear, and I really appreciate it. Mr. Joseph Hilary, what you said is not common to your place. It's almost in major country in Africa, and it is what is called informal practices. Though some of those companies might be formal, that is, they are properly registered. But when it comes to procedure, internal procedure, many of them do not know exactly the way out. So this is the need for consultant. As he have rightly said, you as consultant, you can step in, because as he said, most of the manager or company owner are for lucrative, they have lucrative purpose. So they may set up 2 or 3 safety or technician who overrun things. The responsibility, the shared responsibilities, state regulator like inspectors, conformity assessment, when they visit, when they audit such company, they make a lot of findings, and to close up the gap, many external consultants have to intervene. So as you have received such a training, you can, you need to be qualified. For example, in some country now, they are asking for qualification of the auditor, external auditor consultant. Once you pass your qualification test, you can specialize in this domain by helping correct. You can start, as we said, when you deal with the multinational company, you see that everything is right. But when it comes to home base, there is a gap. So you can step in and propose to them your services. So this is one of the benefits, the advantage you have when you associate with us, when you are familiar with the international practices, you get accredited, then you can step in to help correct. If not, many of the company, though they are formally registered, their inner procedure are not formal. So it is called informal practice within formal enterprises. Thank you very much. And this is common to almost every country, but it is different from those who are in informal sector. When we say those who are in informal sector, even almost 70% of companies in Africa are informal. They start from informal sector. They are the ones that they do not contribute to the public funding. They do not contribute to the public clearance of revenue. They are informal. They are illegal. So the case is even worse with them. Though some of them may have the basic knowledge, the arithmetic knowledge, they set up quickly their company and wrong practices continue. So we have a lot to do as safety consultant. You have a lot to do, but the best way to do is start from those who are formal but lack of internal proper procedure. So you can start investing in such a field, and you will see. It's true that we cannot change the whole world in a night because we are not the model of Jesus Christ, but we have to play our part. Thank you for your question. I believe everyone understands his question and also the explanation from the trainer. And also what I noticed that I see that majority of the class attendants have specialized in one way or another. They are not students in the real sense. Some of them are experts in their domain. So it adds to the beauty of the class. I can see you have access what is taught. So if there is another question you can ask. Thank you, Mr. Joseph Hillary. We still have the trainer with us tonight. So who wants to ask him a question? I see there was, okay, Alice, you want to say something? Okay, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, you know, I always have something to say. I'm sorry. I just want to give you the perspective from my side in Belgium, where we have been building and developing these safety measures and so on for a longer period. With us, we don't have authority as a prevention advisor, as a occupational health and safety person in a company, but every company has to have one. Even if you are a one-man company, you're the boss, you're the worker, you're working as a consultant. You, for your company, as a consultant, as the entity, the company, because that's a legal entity, that's not a person. As the legal entity, you are the one and only person working there. You will be the person that is responsible for health and safety of yourself, because you're the only one. But not only that, because labor laws and health and safety laws are not always seen together. So if, for example, my father comes and helps me do something in my house, paint or something, and he falls, I am responsible for him. And we even officially, not that we do that most of the time if our father comes to help us in the house, but actually we should make a report for it, that my father is coming to help me in my house. So then they also know that he's protected. When he falls, I cannot say, I didn't ask him to do that. He just came in the house and he slipped somewhere, and it's my responsibility. We also all have family insurance, which is for accidents like that. If you do not clean the sidewalk in front of your house and somebody falls, that is your insurance that will have to cover it if they have to go to a hospital, and for everything that they have to pay. So, but not only that, this is just how it is here in somewhere that laws have developed more elaborately than in most places on earth. Even in US, they are lagging behind on Europe. But for the image of a company, if you do not take care of your workers, which client is going to believe that you are taking care of their safety? Because it's not only, a company doesn't only take care of the workers' safety, but also their clients. So if your workers aren't treated well, you as a client going in for a service to have your hair done or something, how do you know they're not using bootlegged products, chemicals that are harmful for your skin or something? Because they are not they are only looking for profit and not to have a quality work. And quality sells. I mean, if I go somewhere and I have my hair done and it looks really healthy and it feels really healthy, I'm going to tell my friends, you know, I went there and my hair is so smooth, and they're treating you really nicely, and they give you something to drink. My friends will go there too. Mouth-to-mouth advertising is a very important thing. But also products. If you're making children's toys and you're, I'm just giving an example, and you're treating your people bad in your company, they're inhaling fumes of paint and so on, is the same paint that your child will inhale. So it's not trustworthy. You're losing your image, you're losing clientele if you don't care for people's, for your own employees' safety and health. Mr. Richmond, I also have the risk matrix. If you would like to elaborate on that, I can put it on screen.
What you could, thank you very much, Els. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know you do that in your presentation.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's in your presentation, so
no,
we leave it.
I usually don't do it in my presentation because I don't have the time. You're limiting my time all the time.
yes, and time constraint is a requirement for each one of us. You know, thank you very much. What we do, we're gonna find time to discuss this one. I see Mr. Bright. Mr. Bright, your hand is up, though we are exactly at the end of our session. Nevertheless, on an exceptional note, I can allow you to ask your question, then we'll provide an approach before we close down tonight's meeting. So, Bright, unmute yourself. Okay, let me help you unmute yourself. Yeah.
So good evening, everyone. I'm Bright, as in Bay, and I'm a student from Nigeria. So first and foremost, I want to thank everyone, especially the coordinator of the program, for this very strong insights. It is my first time of having this kind of training as HLC, and I must say that I've learned so much so far. So my question is, as a beginner in this field, how do one really key into it? I've never really worked in any company that has to do with health and safety, and so I'm currently studying environmental management and toxicology, and I see how they are both related. So how do a beginner really, key into it, following the policies that was spoken about and many other things that has to be in place? That's my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bright, for your good concern. Before I allow Richmond to bring an approach of solution, permit me to say that we don't need to be at work before we start practicing safety. Safety can be practiced right from our room. So your house should be your work field also. Especially as student, all the notion acquire, you can implement them right from your kitchen, right from your bedroom. Mr. Richmond give example of bedroom. So we all have a place to live, you have a shelter. What we learn at school, the best way to apply them at home, in our office or in our classroom, so you have a lot of it. So do not worry, you don't need to be a worker before you start applying all the notion learned. Okay, so you have many venues. Okay, Mr. Richmond, you can answer him before we come.
Yeah, Mr. Leon, just give me a summary of what
yes.
he asked, because I've seen a lot of messages on the chat. I was trying to read, and I've even seen some questions there. So okay. You give me a highlight of what he said, then I'll answer it, then treat the questions on the chat.
Yeah. First of all, he show appreciation for being in the class, and he really appreciate your class and the overall. Now his concern is, as a student, he said clearly that he have not started working yet. As a student, by which manner, in what way can he start getting involved in a workforce and implement all the things you taught them? As a student, how can I implement it? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I think I made mention that in the class yesterday and today, after the class, I told them that how to analyze risk, how to identify hazard. Whatever we've taught them, they should practice it at home. I said it. At the church and mosques, outside, wherever they found themselves, and in the workplace, meaning whatever you are learning here today is applicable at home, it's applicable at your mom's house, maybe you are staying alone, it's applicable at your family house, it's applicable at your church or your mosque, it's applicable at your playing ground. Now, because of the AI, children of today are not playing together. They are always in the confine of their room, using gadgets, playing game. Okay? Now, whatever you have learned today is applicable to that your gadget, because the gadget you are holding is a hazard. Why is the gadget a hazard? The screen, if you don't control the screen, you have eye problems. Every month, if you don't take care, you visit the eye clinic every month because of the screen. If you don't control the screen, And if you don't watch your laptop and your phone under a bright light, you off the light and you be using the light of your phone or the light of your laptop as you are using it, then you are causing harm to yourself. So whatever we are learning today, like I said, duty of care, it starts from you first. You have to treat yourself first. If you're able to treat yourself, then you can treat others. Now, I come to your house is messed up. You have not taken any risk assessment in your house. Things are messed up, and now you expect to come to the office and tidy the office. It's no. Charity begins at home. So if you are not working and you are at school, still at school, do it at school. If you are at the hostel, start from the hostel. Clean up your room. When you wake up in the morning, tidy your bed, sweep your room, put things in order before you go out. When you step out, make sure things are cleared, clean. Outside in your environment before you move to school. Then gradually, you'll be there. And I pray that, or I will urge you that if you should start today, right after the class, if you should start, next year by this time, you'll be like me. So I'm done with your question. Let me see this question on the chat. He says that, please, can you explain what he said about the medium certificate, high certificate, and low certificate? Yes. I said high risk, medium risk, and low risk. And I explained it. I didn't say certificate. Because at the end of hazard is not certificate. Fine, it can be a certificate. Yes, it's a good idea. Something has come to mind. You see, the certificate of being negligence is a scar where they will give you a plaster on your head because you are walking by the road using a mobile phone and you meet this electric post. You hit your head with it and there's a scar. They put plaster on it. That is your certificate. You understand? So now, this certificate can be medium, it can be low, it can be high. Now you hit your head. Nothing happened. Aja. Okay, within 2-3 minutes, the pain is gone. The certificate is low. Now you hit your head. For about 2-3 days, you are feeling pains. The certificate is medium. Now you hit your head. There's a cut. They've put plaster on your head for about 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Then your certificate is high. Hope you understand me now. Mr. Ochindu Tofea?
Mr. Richmond, I think he was making reference to your introductory word about the various category of registration. What you were saying at the beginning that not all of them will have the same manual, but all of them can benefit from the same class.
Okay.
Yes, I think.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay, but it's fine.
Yes. So I think
it's fine. So if you are talking about that, then let me explain. We have 4 categories of people in the class now. Okay, we have those who are undergoing scholarship program. We have those who are undergoing officer certificate. We have those who are undergoing supervisor certificate. That is the medium. Officer certificate is the least one. Supervisor is the medium one. Manager is the higher one. So we have 4 categories of people in class now. Nevertheless, this has given me the time to explain more on the aspect of high risk, medium risk, and low risk. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So what we're gonna do, we will try to call it at the end tonight. I see somewhere going sleeping, except Cardi C. Oh, we have Cardi C, but I used to know Cardi B, but now we have Cardi C. Cardi C is awake. She's enjoying your explanation, and others are sleeping. That's why they off the camera. Dear delegate, you have been a very wonderful.
Mr. Leon.
Yes.
Mr. Leon.
Yes.
Please, I've seen something here. Sebastian Frida, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, please. I've seen your writer, but I'm not clear. Can you speak up for us?
Sorry, could you
you said I stand to argue the use of forklift, but depends on the design of the fork. So yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm back now. I'm back. Sorry, please, could you make a recap on what I said or highlight on it?
Say, I stand to argue the use of a forklift, but depends on the design of the fork. What do you mean?
Okay, yeah, some forklifts, their forks are designed differently with respect to whatsoever application they are being made to be used for. You know, there are some with 2 prongs, there are some designed in the shape of an excavator bucket, just depending on its application though. So with those without safety hooks at the end, where let's say you attach something like a basket to actually lift a service worker or an operator to a certain height, it could slip. Slip could occur from the fork.
Oh, okay, that is what you mean.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, that's fine. But I will just clear that aspect that when you are using a man basket, there's no way it's going to slip unless the operator is not good enough and does not tilt the fork backwards. If the operator tilts the fork backwards, there's no way the fork, the man basket is going to slide from the fork. Fork is fork, hook is hook. So man basket is made purposely to be lifted by fork. Do you get me?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So there's no way it's going to fall. Now, coming back, as we are just speaking, I have opened my machine, and this is how man basket is. Okay. Let me just pick one of them. Now, this one I've picked at this side. Okay.
Okay.
You see where the mouse is? This is number 1 hole. This is number 2 hole. And this is where the forks normally fix. Once it fixed there, it makes it stable. Now, if we talk of the nature of fork, now maybe this type is designed for 3-tonner forklift, and you are using 16-tonner forklift. For that one, the fork is wide. It cannot enter fully to secure it. So on that basis, I agree with you. But if the height is such that 3-tonner forklift or 5-tonner forklift can reach the height that you want to go, and you are using the man lift, 5-tonner forklift and 3-tonner forklift the fork is the size is so suitable that it can enter any of this eye, which will not cause any problem. Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
That is why we talk about suitable or appropriate mechanism, appropriate device. So we look at now mentioning the fork. You are using such a mechanism and you are using a higher fork, which the fork cannot enter the eye, then it means the machine, which is the forklift, is not appropriate for the man basket. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, thank you.
I see that most divers use that man basket during dive operations on vessel to carry out maintenance in vessels as well.
Sure. But you see, we have house-made ones. Like for instance, in your organization, you can decide to do one, okay? But the regulation says that if you build it yourself, give it to a competent third party to certify it that all the weldings that have been made is up to standard, where it cannot easily break, that a person will fall from a height. Because we have about 4 categories of welding, which such mechanism has to go through. That is the 4th one, the highest one, to certify that this welding has the highest welding category and it cannot easily loose for the person who is at height to fall. Once you can do that, it is okay for you to use. But if you build it yourself and you cannot give it to a third party to certify it that it is suitable for purpose, then you don't have to use it at all. Or if you use it and something happened, then the regulators will take you on and find you big time for making such a careless move.
Okay, in that regard, after fabrication and construction by myself, I can give it to a weld inspector or a non-destructive tester to actually inspect.
Sure, and give you certificate on it. And every year you must call the person to come and check and certify it. Once the person finds a problem, because as you continue to use it, it depends on the usage and it depends also on your environment. Okay, sometimes you may be around the sea area. It can cause corrosion on the welding portion. Sometimes the usage, frequent usage, sometimes the welding portion there can be an opening. Okay, so that person will use what you call NDT inspection to trace, even if the leakage is as little as the tip of a pin. Using NDT inspection, the person can see it and the person can advise that no, where the stage it has gotten, you can't use it again unless you do it again, and he comes to certify that everything is okay, then certificate will be given to you. So every year you must make sure it is inspected and certified for purpose.
Another question. In a situation where I'm the fabricator, I'm a certified fabricator and as well a certified non-destructive tester and as well a weld inspector, can I approve it myself?
It is not advisable because you can compromise.
Okay.
Understand me?
Yes.
You can compromise.
So
it is better to give it to a third person to do it.
Exactly. I really agree with you, and I bring to the fore it brings to the fore because it's getting interesting, though we are late. I agree with you. It brings to the fore the impartiality when it comes to conformity. Nevertheless, in a company whereby a larger company whereby all the competencies are there, I mean, in your company, you are not alone. You have different departments. Now, the inspector can inspect it and certify it within the same company. Now, in the conformity, in the checklist, you need to mark, prove that, show that he really certified. So, which means your same company is the manufacturer or you fabricate it, but an inspection unit can inspect it. Then the certification unit, based on the result coming from the inspection unit, can certify it. So which means the same thing has been done in the same company because the competencies are there. But now this is not something that we just do because we are made, no. There need to be a really certified people for such a purpose. But to avoid compromising the standard required that a third person, a third party come and verify, though it open room for the same company if the competencies are there. So which means not you as a owner, even if you have the competence, you as a owner, you can manufacture that your name will be showing on the same document, but the Department of Certification will certify, inspection department will inspect it. So I don't know if you get my point.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So many companies do that, but to stay in the formality, you can call for an inspector, external inspector.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you very much, sir.
Leon,
yes, please.
There's another question. You say, at what height should we use body harness? Body harness, we have what we call lanyard. The lanyard, we have 4 meters lanyard, we have 1 meter, we have 2 meters. So depending on the height you are going, you need to look for the right lanyard and use. So when you ask how many meters or what height should you use the body harness, per the international standard, it says that once you lift yourself above the ground level, you need to put up a protective measure. Not only lanyard, even if you are standing on a chair that is 1 feet above the floor, you need to protect yourself. How do you protect yourself? You should make sure that that chair is strong enough to carry your weight. That chair has a very flat surface that can carry you. You must make sure that that chair you are standing on has all the capabilities to make you safe. Now, where you can use a body harness is a height that is, let's say, 3 meters and above. 3 meters and above, where you can have a hook point, where you can hook the body harness above your head, not at your waist and not below your waist, but above your head. In that case, in case of falling, even if you are using 1 meter lanyard, you can be held up there without hitting your feet to the ground. Thank you.
Another question. Okay.
Yes. What we're gonna do? Because it is 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. I know that it's getting interesting. What we're gonna do, please. We still have other 2 hands, but we will not take them. Kindly write down your question. they will be asked that you can pose your question, not today, or during other session. One thing is sure, this is an avenue for each one of us to learn more, because I see that the number is dropping, which is normal because we are behind above the time. So we beg your pardon. Write down your question, and Mr. Abdul Ramin Bari, Ade Sami, Ade Riti also put down your question. Tomorrow or during other session, you can ask them, and so that it can benefit those who are not in the classroom as well, because the number has getting down from 45 to 36. So do we agree on that?
Yes, it's true. I'm always in class, okay? I'm always in class and I'm always ready for you. So tomorrow we can answer these questions before the lectures, or even after the lectures, and there are no questions for that lectures. We can answer the questions for today. So don't worry, we can handle it anytime. Thank you.
This is the proof that the class has been fantastic. So on this note, may we all clap for Engineer Richmond for being a very good trainer, as we are expecting tomorrow another fantastic trainer, Ellis William. On this note, the class come to it, and thank you all, and good night to you. Good night, have a sound dream, and try to be on time tomorrow. Bye, bye, bye. Everyone.
All right, sir. Bye. Thank you, sir. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Bye. Bye, bye.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Yeah, good night, everyone.